Shut up and sit down.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Rural Report. I'm your Rural 2IC, and today is going to be non-lethal self-defense. Now, I struggled with this one. I'm going to make this one probably extremely short, so you don't have to bear with me for very long to cover this one. This one I struggled with. I really want to do this one so bad and do it the absolute right way. It's so hard to tiptoe and walk on eggshells around YouTube, but we're going to do the best we can. I actually thought about bringing out some props and showing you some different items and whatnot. I don't know how the YouTube algorithms and then the overlords and whatnot are going to think about that. So I'm trying not to get my wrist slapped right off the bat. I haven't even been a YouTube channel for 3 months as of this video, so I'm trying to do my best to behave. That being said, I know there's a lot of people in the preparedness community that does not believe in or like firearms. Totally understand it. I have taken a lot of people out for the very first time that have never touched a firearm and walked them step by step on getting comfortable, on handling, going and doing range time, picking out their very first one, helping people get their CCW licenses and things like that. I've tried to help people with a lot of it. There's a few people, one or two, that I went through and I could just tell within a short amount of time they're just not comfortable, and firearms are not for them. And so I immediately stopped, and they kind of, was a little hesitant or whatnot. And I'm just like, hey, you're not comfortable. I'm not comfortable, teaching you, because it kind of feels like I'm forcing you or whatnot. So I kind of was like, take some time. Maybe we'll revisit this in the future or whatnot, because firearms need to be taken extremely serious because they're extremely lethal if you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, they're an extremely useful tool. They're used for self-defense, hunting, even just recreation, if you know what you're doing with them. I'm a strong 2A, strong firearms advocate, so don't get it that I'm not. But I understand there are some people. And so this video, I'm going to try and make it really short. We're 3 minutes into it, so I'm going to try and hurry through some of these. So some of your other options of doing self-defense, it can be something simple and cheap, like a whistle. You have to know your situation, though. If we're talking about a kinetic weapon, a whistle might help. That really loud burst might get them startled enough that you can get away. Having somebody come up behind you and you're able to have like a keychain whistle clipped up here that you can just reach down and blow a really loud whistle, or, trying to aim it right towards their ear, it might help. There's multiple self-defense classes. There is a lot of martial arts and whatnot that you can take that is ways to strike, or ways to counter a strike, or pressure points or whatnot, just enough for you to get out of a situation that you need to get out of. Other things like pepper spray. I know there's people that sit there and say, well, it's not going to work. Well, it does work. It's why a lot of police and law enforcement, some military MPs and whatnot, still carry it. It's an eye irritant. Concentrated pepper spray is bear spray. And if it's going to work on a bear, then it'll probably work on a person, There's other sprays that you can use. I'm not going to mention them because I'm not going to get in trouble for it. There's other people that will probably tell you. Then there's other things like slingshots. Bow and arrow, crossbow. Yes, I know that there are projectile weapons. Maybe you're not comfortable with being projectile. If we are going to, again, kind of go back into that non-lethal, there are tasers and stun guns. You have to look at your local laws and things like that. There is things like a monkey fist. I will show this one. All this is a 1/2-inch solid steel ball bearing that is paracord with a keychain. I sell these, I make these to know and trust that this is not some cheaply thing, because if I need to use this and I'm going to depend on this, then I want to know that this was made really, really well. If you notice, this fits my hand because this was made for me. These can be made in all sorts of colors and styles. A bigger, object in here, smaller, bigger handle, thicker, all that. These can be customized. These will do a lot of damage. There's other items of just being able to throw. I've seen people list out things like boomerangs and different things. Tactical flashlight, something with a strobe that'll blind somebody. All you're doing with non-lethals is you're giving yourself an out. And if you are 100% against a firearm, and I completely understand, I would encourage you to try to overcome that. But if your faith or some past experience or whatever just will not allow it, that's fine. There's other methods. There's more than one way to survive. You just got to know that in certain situations you're at a severe disadvantage, and you have to be okay with that. And if you are, then you have to take some classes. You have to look at some items like this, or a taser, or pepper spray, or some sort of something. So that way you are not trying to just go through a bad situation at the absolute worst time in the most, let's face it, unprepared. We're on the prepping page, so you got to prepare for bad things to happen. Again, when it comes to preparedness, you are preparing in hopes to never use it. That's the same adage with firearms. It's the same thing with this. I hope that I never have to use this. This will dangle from my keys or wherever I put this, off my backpack or whatever. And hopefully all this is going to be is a conversationalist or somebody to go, hey, that's cool, or I want one of those, or something like that. That's all I ever want this to be. Now, this is fun. I do have a few that I swing around and practice and do some things with. Something this size, if you've never held one or done one of these, in a very small amount of swing can put a really nice hole into some drywall and no effort at all. So look at something. Go do your own research. Google it, whatever search engine or whatever. Talk to some people in the prepping community. I'll probably post something on my Facebook page that says, what is, some ideas of some non-lethal self-defense tools that you can do. With that, I'm going to just wrap this up because we are at 8.5 minutes, and this has gone on a little bit longer than I wanted to. So remain united, because we're all prepping in this together.